it's Christina and welcome back to my channel. So you already know by the title what this video is about, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So I just got finished cutting, not trimming, cutting my hair. I'm pretty sure you can see how short it is now, but I just wanted to come on here right quick and let you know why I had to cut it. So I'm gonna show you how much I had to cut off. You see how much I had to cut off. I did have to cut off a pretty good bit of my hair, and reason being is because I let my single strand knots get out of control. I didn't film me cutting this because I already have a video of me trimming my ends. If you hadn't seen that video, I will link it up above. But basically I did the same thing I did in that video, except I just cut off more hair. My single strand knots got out of control. I had been ignoring the signs like for a few months now. I should have been trimmed my hair some months ago, but I didn't because, you know, we never want to trim our hair because we don't want to lose the length that we gain. So I just kept ignoring the signs, and eventually it just got too aggravating. I couldn't take it anymore. So I had to go ahead and cut it, but I had to cut more off because my single strand knots had been constantly steady wrapping around. So instead of them being at the ends of my hair, they started traveling up my hair strand. The things that was telling me that it was time for me to trim my ends was, number one, of course, my single strand knots. I noticed the knots on my hair when I would be doing my wash and goes, or when I would be detangling my hair. You know, I felt them at the ends, but I ignored them. I'm like, they can stay there, I ain't worrying about them. But I should have. I ignored the sign, you know, letting me know, okay, it's time for you to trim your ends. You're starting to get single strand knots at your ends. And of course, if you don't know what single strand knots are or how they get there, they're little knots that form at the end of your hair. It comes from, if you have very curly, kinky, coily hair, your curl strand will wrap around itself or wrap around another piece of hair and cause a knot. And then of course, if you don't take care of it, it can get out of control like mine's did. So of course, I had some strands that might have had like 2 or 3 knots on them because it just kept constantly wrapping. Alright, so I ignored that. Another thing that was telling me it was time for me to trim my ends and get rid of those single strand knots is it was harder for me to detangle my hair. Like you all know, if you've been following me for a minute, you all know that my favorite detangling tool is my Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush. I love that thing. But when I would get to the ends of my hair would actually snag on my brush, which is, you know, it's not supposed to do that. That tool is specifically made for detangling. But because I had those knots on the end of my hair and they were stuck to other pieces, when I would comb to detangle my hair, it would snag, and you know, sometimes I would actually feel it rip a piece of my hair out. But you know, I ignored it and I just slowed down and tried to take it a little bit more slower. But yeah, I ignored that. Then another reason, the main telltale sign that was telling me I needed to trim my ends is when I would do my wash and goes. You know, all know I bands my hair at night. So when I would take my bands out and separate my hair, it would be harder for me to separate my ends. Like I could separate the top part of my hair easy, but when I made it down to my ends, they would be all tangled up. So I would have to take my time and pull my ends apart. But I knew that wasn't normal. I knew something was wrong, but once again, I ignored it because I just didn't want to cut my hair. But you know, now the consequence of not taking care of that when I should was I had to cut off more hair than what I would have had to cut off had I went on and taken care of it when the signs were beginning to show. So don't make the same mistake that I did. When your hair is giving you signs that it's time for you to trim, whether it be split ends, single strand knots, you know, damaged ends, don't ignore it. Take care of it. Like I mentioned in, I think it was my trimming video, I don't have a problem with split ends. I've never had a problem with split ends, even when I was relaxed. Split ends was not an issue. But I still did get, my aunt still did trim my hair because, you know, I might have had 1 or 2 when I was relaxed. But since I did the big chop and, you know, went back to my natural hair, I've noticed right away that my issue has been single strand knots. So yeah, this is what my hair is looking like now. Do I regret having to cut off so much hair? Actually, no. I think this is cute. You know, I think it's really cute, and I don't know if you remember me all telling you. Once again, if you've been following me for a while, when I first started my videos back in the beginning of the year, I think it was like February, I told you that this side of my hair was longer than this side, and you couldn't really tell because my hair was short, but since my hair started growing, like, I can really tell now. But since I've cut it, I still couldn't get it quite as even, you know, get this side quite as even as this one, but I think I got it close enough, so it's not gonna bother me as much now that my hair, you know, is uneven. But I think it's cute. Of course, once I wet it, it's gonna shrink up, but you know, it's okay. Will I miss that length? Of course I'm gonna miss that length. Like, I am used to having long hair. When I was relaxed, like, my relaxed hair was right here where this line starts, where my patterns separate. My hair was like down here, maybe a little bit longer. That's how long my relaxed hair was. So like, I am used to having long hair. I pretty much had long hair throughout my whole life. So to go from long hair to doing the big chop to a TWA, yeah, that was, oh my gosh, I thought it was the end of the world. So, you know, my goal for my natural hair in its shrunken state before I stretch it is to sit on my shoulders. That's how long I want to get my hair to. That's my goal. I'm not trying to get down here or trying to get under here. I just want it to sit on my shoulders. If I can get my hair to sit on my shoulders, y'all, I will be good to go. Like, if it grows longer, of course I'll be happy, but long as it sit on my shoulders, I don't care. So so yeah, that's my goal. But if I ignore the signs that's telling me you need to trim your ends, then guess what? I'm never going to make that goal because I'm going to have to keep cutting off the length that I gain. So as a matter of fact, this right here is about where my hair was sitting a few months ago. Maybe it was a little bit shorter. Like, I think when I did my last trim video, I want to think that was in May, June, July, one of them, I can't remember. I think it was May. And so after I trimmed it, it was a little bit longer than this. So I did have to trim off, or cut off a pretty good bit, but you know, I'm not worrying about it. I prefer health over length, and if I don't have health, I'll never reach my length goals. So that's pretty much all. I like it. I think it's cute. So we'll see what kind of shape I got once I get ready to do me a wash and go, and you know, it shrinks up and all. But yeah, I actually like it. I think it's cute. You know, I never thought I would be the person who liked short hair, but after having short hair for almost, well, actually a little over 2 years, I've been completely natural. I'm kind of getting used to it. I am kind of getting used to it, but this is what it's looking like all the way around. It kind of doesn't bother me to have to cut so much off because I have so much hair on my head. Like, I have thick hair, so it really is not gonna bother me too bad. And then plus, when I do my wash and goes, I bands it and stretches it anyways. So yeah, that is about all. So I just wanted to let you all know right quick, that way when I come on here to do my hair tutorials, and y'all gotta be like, why does her hair look shorter? Her hair looks a whole lot shorter. So yes, my hair is shorter. I did have to cut it, but it'll grow back. My hair grows at a pretty decent rate, so I give it about 2 to 3 months, and that length that I cut off, it'll be back, if not longer. But that's all I have for this video. If you have any comments, leave them down for me in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed, yeah, I forgot what I was supposed to say next. If you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You already know. If you didn't like this video, still give it a thumbs up anyways. And I will see you all in my next upload. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.